Zombies.
Vampires. Oh my! Legend has it that all of these terrifying creatures came to be because they were attacked by some sort of creature, like a bat or a wolf, and then they start frothing at the mouth, or being terrified of water, or experiencing paralysis.
What are you guys doing? You know it's called rabies, right? There's a vaccine for it.
Rabies is a zoonotic disease, meaning it can be transferred from animals to humans, which is almost always the case. Wild animals, especially bats, are the most common source of human rabies in the US. However, other animals such as skunks, raccoons, dogs, cats, coyotes, and foxes are also sources of transmission. Rabies virus attacks the central nervous system, traveling from muscles to the spine and eventually reaching the brain, where it starts to replicate and destroy the nerve cells. Rabies binds to a certain set of receptors, which move the virus towards the nerves and eventually affect the whole nervous system.
Rabies, which means madness in Latin, has been very important throughout history and therefore has had an effect on the folklore that we know today. Werewolves, vampires, and zombies all possess characteristics that are commonly associated with humans that are infected with the rabies virus. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, agitation, insomnia, fever, and as well as more serious issues like difficulty swallowing, excessive salivation, partial paralysis, and even hydrophobia, which is the fear of water. Transmission of rabies from animals to humans occurs when the animal saliva comes in contact with an open wound on the human, or when the saliva is inserted to the bloodstream via a bite. Only 55 cases of rabies in humans has occurred since the 1990s. This is due to the prevalence and accessibility of the vaccine, as well as the limited number of bites that occur from animals that have rabies. The majority of these cases, however, result from bites from unvaccinated dogs.
You're probably wondering when to receive the rabies vaccine. It is mostly required for people who are traveling to different destinations in the world, who will come in contact with animals who are more likely to have the disease. It is also required for veterinarians and scientists who are at high risk of exposure of the virus. If you haven't had exposure to the rabies virus, there are currently 3 dosages available of the vaccine. If you unfortunately came in contact with the rabies virus, there are 4 dosages of the vaccine that are
There are
required.
2 types of rabies vaccines, the HDCV vaccine and the PCECV vaccine. Both vaccines are inactivated vaccines, which means that they are grown in cells in a laboratory, purified, then treated with a chemical called beta-pyolactone to completely kill the virus. Inactivated vaccines work by provoking the body's immune response to the virus without actually causing disease. Part of the antigen is taken up by the body's immune cells. If a naive B cell is able to recognize part of the antigen, it differentiates into effector cells, such as plasma and memory B cells. Antibody production is then stimulated, and the body is able to remember the virus to help prevent future infection.